Hello everyone, this is Jimmy the Arts Guy. We're going to try something a little different tonight. I have a canvas here. This is a 16 by 20, and this is actually from a local dollar store. And some of the art supplies I'm going to be using tonight are from cheap sources, dollar store, whatever. We're going to see what we can do with a minimal amount of purchase price. And I'll even be utilizing a couple old types of brushes that you could use for, like, normally for painting a house or something. But we're going to be trying out a little project here of a mountain type of scene in Bob Ross kind of style. And I have painted in that style before. Instead of using oil colors, though, oil paints, I'm going to be using acrylic paint. And acrylic is water-based, and it is something that will dry a lot quicker than regular oil paint, which people can paint over several days if they need to, several hours or several days. And so, but this is a slightly different kind of approach, but using some of the similar techniques. So we're going to get right into it here. Now, we're going to try something in which, rather than utilizing a whole palette of colors, we're going to try to take this kind of approach. This was a smaller type of painting that I did that was just utilizing white and black and one other color, in this case blue, to show off kind of maybe a late night scene. And in this case, you had a mountain, you have what could be a lake or an ocean out here, creating waves splashing up on shore. I have a seagull up here, but we can just see what we can come up with, which utilizes just a very minimal of colors. In this case, white and black and blue. The blue being an ultramarine blue. And so let's see what you can come up with. Now, the first step is to lay out a nice sky type of thing here. We have our palette, and I got the white laid out, the ultramarine blue and black, and we'll be mixing the stuff. I'm leaving myself some mixing area on the palette, and this is a paper type of palette, which would allow me to work with it and make cleanup easier, because you just peel off the thing and throw it away when you're done. So we're going to start out with some ultramarine blue. We'll get that going there, along with some white to lighten it up a bit. We have a nice sky color type of thing going. And going to load it up into the brush there, and also kind of mix it at the same time a little bit. And we'll start out with just getting the top end cover here. I'm going to have to get a lot more on there. And not the most stable type of easel, but and I'm going to even get a little water mixture going in here, help it to, and I'm using a crisscross type of stroke to help distribute it a bit. And go ahead and get some more. Now with the other painting that I was showing you, I actually cheated a little bit. I had previously, before I started painting on that one, had used acrylic paint to paint the background all black, create a black canvas so that I could so that could help do some of my painting for me. I get a darker result. And I'm going to have this cover up a bit. And get under the little tab here. And I'm going to utilize a little bit of water mixture again to loosen that up. And go down on here and get that spread around. And we use various types of strokes here, the crisscross type, and then also going through here. And I'm going to get some of that cover up too. Now it's okay to leave some of this kind of open for as far as not giving it a complete covering. It doesn't have to be absolutely even. For one thing, some of this will dry and allow us to paint over it with the wet on wet technique that they use in the Bob Ross style of painting. It utilizes paints in which you're putting on a coating on there and then putting the paint over it, special paint, and it allows you to move things around. With acrylic paint, it's a little different. Acrylic can act a little bit like oil paint, a little bit like watercolor, lots of different kinds of possibilities. And at this point, why don't we start to create the impression of a mountain. And so why don't we first get the shape of the mountain going. And I'm going to switch to a smaller brush here. Although in the Bob Ross style they would use a knife to put on the base coloring and the shape, and then kind of pull that stuff out, you know, shape everything. And we can do that with this as well. We can, this is an old type of painting knife, but we can utilize, in fact I'm going to use, just for the heck of it, try and use some of the brushes that I was able to get brushes and tools from the local dollar store. Okay, and so what I'm going to do also, I'm going to try and get some clouds going up on top. So let's maybe utilize a smaller brush for that. I need to put the clouds in there. And we're going to pull this down. We're going to get the brush loaded up with white. And we're going to go for creating nothing too fancy, and there's some cloud patterns going here. And yeah, some little things going. We can even do a little get some little swirly patterns going up in there. And you know, just kind of a general feeling here. And of course we work from the top to the bottom of the canvas, as the stuff that we're working on now is still some of the stuff that's the farthest away. and then gradually we'll be adding stuff on in front of that to depict the things that are going to be closer. Okay. And so then, take that and let's create, since we have the blue going, I can also going to get some darker blue going to get in on the bottom part. Now, doing this, we can always cover up that if needed, but we'll give the option for creating potential water down here if we want, and I'm going to mix it a little bit of actual water for thinning a little bit. And we're just redrawing across. This would be actually kind of easier to do the Bob Ross method with actual oil paints. It would tend to work a bit smoother, I think. Acrylic, because it dries so quickly, because it's water-based, it requires you to actually probably work a little quicker than you might like. But we can still see what we can do here. And a little bit of water there to loosen things up. And we can gradually let that fade as it goes up more. And what we can do is give ourselves some room here for possibilities. Okay, and let's start to work getting the mountain going. So we're going to add some of the black now to the blue, and even mix in a little of the white there so that we get something that's a good base color, not absolutely black, but even has some blueness in it. And let's get some mountain types of shapes going here. This is mainly making the basic shapes here for the mountain. Let's smooth that out a bit so it's not quite as pointy on top. And we'll also make maybe a couple other little peaks here. And probably even one over. Yeah, let's put one over here. And we'll be pulling these downward here and getting them spread out. And we're going to add some highlights and shadows to these mountains. And so what we're going to do, we're going to utilize now part of the knife here, and we're going to mix some blue, get some blue there, and some white, get that stuff mixed in for the highlight part of the mountains, and get that mixed together like so. And I'm also going to, and if we figure maybe the light coming from above here in the upper right, then what we're going to do is get the color put on here very lightly, and because of the the texture of the canvas. We can use that in our favor with a very light touch. We can have the stuff break like that. Actually, we can probably use part of this for the highlighting part for the shadow. We can and we can have different kinds of things going. Normally, yeah, you just kind of let the texture of the canvas kind of help break up the paint for you. I'm going to mix up some more stuff here. Kind of thicken this up a bit. And kind of a thing like that going. I've had a bit more luck with getting the right kind of patterns going, the right kind of breakup using using the oil paints. But I decided to try it this time with acrylics, and just kind of seeing how we can come up with, and I'm leaving some lights and darks in there to there we go. When you can get that breakup going. That can be very helpful when the canvas itself kind of helps do some of the painting for you. And I'm going to just add some little extra shape to the particular mountain here. Have it go down like that, and I'm going to put a little bit of highlight up there in that one for the distance. And now let's create some keep the shapes kind of going like that a little bit. Okay, And this time we utilize some black in the mix. We'll make kind of a, we'll take some of the white too, make some kind of a gray type of thing here for the, I need to make sure that's on a, lightened up a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit blue too, as you might find in shadowy areas. It might want to reflect some of the sky color, some of the, if there's snow represented, to reflect some of that. And that's kind of hard to see. So I'm going to grab a bit more of the white to lighten that up somewhat. Okay. Yeah. And take some of the blue, the ultramarine blue, mix again with some more white, because I want to get a decent type of shadow color, that, because I like the having the black there still as a decent type of base color. And we put some of that up here too. And I want to add a tad more white. To that, yeah, one bit, a little bit more texture type of thing in there. Just as kind of a nice little added contrast, and to give the feeling of texture within the mountains. And like so. And there. And I could probably even add a little shadows here and there to that. Okay, and and so then we go to the next step, Yep, okay, a little better. It gives a little bit of added texture. Now we got to try and the middle ground there, get that faded out a bit. Yeah. Okay, and so we can, I think I'll add a little bit of a shadow type of thing up amongst this a little bit. So there. So they're a little bit more textured. Okay, maybe I'm going to put okay, yes, okay, and let's get this. I'm going to squeeze out some more color on my palette here. Because I'm running low on certain colors. When working with paints like this, probably the one color that you're probably going to be using the most is white, because you're going to be using it to help mix colors, lightening them up, creating highlights, things like that. So something that you'll be running across. And so can get some stuff pulled out here. Okay, now I'm going to be making use of another brush here. This is a nice dry one, and we're going to kind of just going to help kind of get that some of the mid-ground hazy. Now another thing we're going to do here is we're going to have stuff that we're going to, while I've got this out, I can probably create a mid-ground there of maybe what we're going to have as trees. Kind of distant trees. And I need to get some more color mixed here, some more shading here. And just kind of get this stuff mixed in there and be coming in there with what will be distant trees. They can come up like that a little bit. And we'll be going across some more here. And you can see we've got some, separation with the mountain range there. Okay, and just kind of putting general sense of some trees in the mid-range there, and we're going to have okay. And let's see. Let's maybe I should extend that a bit. That blew up. Okay, I've been working on this, adding different elements that I want. I'm going to create some little bit more separation here and I created the reflection of the mountains into the water and then went across with a dry brush to help get those diffused a little bit and then be able to put in some lines going across to help depict the impression of water. And so I'm going to So we're going to now create a little bit more. We're going to be starting to create some foreground stuff and see what we can do here.